Good evening, one and all. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025. Commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 78 years of independence, and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030, with Siddh Bharat at 2047. As part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's sessions and commemorations. Today, we are celebrating and commemorating International Caps Lock Day on October 22nd and June 28th. That needs 2 days on the calendar to be given its due. Software developer Derek Arnold created the original day to poke fun at typographical conventions, but it became the day we provoke internet friends and colleagues and raise awareness that writing in all caps is not a proper etiquette. Arnold added the second day in honor of Boardwalk Bread. Millie Mays, as seen on the TV, pitchman who worked with his volume up, so push the caps lock key down and give someday a big shout. It was 2000 when Derek Arnold, a software developer in Iowa, chose October 22nd as the day when everyone should press the caps lock key and type only in uppercase letters. He said International Caps Lock Day is in fact a testament to the small-mindedness of certain Western individuals. The majority of the population or the world's population writes in scripts which have no concept of letter casing. Therefore, it is advised not to laugh at anyone who invokes this day as an excuse to dismiss local typographical conventions. They are simply making an ass out of themselves. Arnold sent a tongue-in-cheek message to everyone who accidentally fat fingers the caps lock key in daily life. You gonna wear the same thing you wore to Becky's wedding, to Madison's wedding, or in a professional communications on the job, just checking in to see whether you are going to have the amalgamated marshmallow systems proposal ready by 10 a.m. this morning. So he wanted to remind us that the uppercase letters look like shouting, which is not nice because the recipients of our communication can't gauge our volume or see our facial expression or body language. They can easily interpret our caps as anger, which is also not considered nice. So before computers and shift lock, most typewriters only produced capital letters way back in the olden days. During the 1870s, typewriter manufacturer Remington figured out an economical way to type both upper and lowercase letters. It did so by placing two symbols or letters, such as uppercase and lowercase on each type bar, the piece of metal that struck the letters onto the paper. So to switch between the two symbols, writers used a shift key, which physically moved the entire type bar apparatus. Now some people call the caps lock key the Billy Mays key, a reference to the infomercial icon with the booming voice who exhorted us to call the 800 number. And by now, so when Mays died on June 28, 2009, Arnold paid homage by adding a second Albert second day for celebrating International Caps Lock Day to the calendar. Today is also commemorated as International Stuttering Awareness Day on October 22nd, 2025. So International Stuttering Awareness Day is observed annually on October 22nd. Stuttering is a communication disorder in which repetitions or abnormal stoppings of sounds and syllables break the flow of speech. There may be unusual facial and body movements associated with speaking. International Stuttering Awareness Day shines a helpful spotlight on stutterers and educate the public about the causes. Established in 1998, International Stuttering Awareness Day seeks to raise awareness about the millions of people around the world, about 1% living with this specific communication disorder. Usually, when people refer to stuttering, they imagine the repetition of a specific word. However, stuttering comes in many other forms, including elongation of vowel or syllable. This condition is also variable, meaning that the severity of the stutter is inconsistent. Some days a person might only stutter a few times, while others, the stutter may affect most of their interactions. People who stutter have been mistreated for a long time because of lack of knowledge as concerns the disorder. In 19th century Europe, surgery was recommended for people impacted the speech disorder Surgeons would use scissors to remove a triangular wedge from the back of the tongue, as well as cutting nerves and muscles in the neck and lips. Other surgeons practice shorting the uvula or removing the tonsils. These practices were later abandoned as patients were bleeding to death and those who survived still had their stutter. Though it is now understood that stuttering is a neurological disorder that can be developmental, obtained as a child, or acquired, developed as an adult due to trauma or drug abuse, there is still an air of stigma that follows those who live with it. The International Stuttering Awareness Day, educate yourself on the condition, even as we recognize contributions made by stutterers in science, politics, history, philosophy, cinema, and music. Today is also commemorated as Lung Health Day in US. On fourth Wednesday in October, that is October 22nd this year, is celebrated as Healthy Lung Month. As easy as breathing is a phrase that exemplifies the effortless way in which humans and all other species on planet Earth take in one breath after the other. Yet each year, millions of people succumb to some form of lung disease, from asthma to pneumonia, many of which could easily have been prevented. In some cases had been taken due to high levels of air pollution. The levels of toxin going on into the body through the airways leads our cells to react unnaturally. This can be often lead to chronic lung diseases and cancerous growths. Such things could possibly be prevented, though avoiding the use of tobacco products. Regular exercise, a healthy diet full of antioxidants, and an awareness of your own lung health for early detection of problems. October is an official National Healthy Lung Month, with Lung Health Day being celebrated on the fourth Wednesday of the month. It was created by the American Association for Respiratory Care, AARC, in 2003. The main aim of the day is to raise awareness about the growing number of chronic lung diseases. Each year, more than 10 million people are diagnosed with chronic bronchitis in America alone. This is not even counting the 5 and 25 million people diagnosed with emphysema and asthma, respectively, at some point in their lives. Moreover, of all the cancers diagnosed in America, about 13% of cases are just of lung cancer, which is also leading cancer killer. The World Health Organization, WHO, and other similar agencies have warned of the rising rates of chronic lung illness. They have cited causes like cigarettes, vaping, air pollution, and generally unhealthy lifestyle for the diseases. Once an unnatural compound like carbon monoxide enters your airways, either through vapor or smoke, it will impact the lung cells as well as blood running through the concerned organs. This can cause inflammation and wear and tear inside our bodies and body cells, particularly the lungs subjected to toxins over long periods of time. Would go through unnatural changes which could lead to cancer or other diseases. Regular checkups coupled with a healthy lifestyle involving exercise to an antioxidant rich diet can help keep our lungs healthy. Avoiding fragrant rich cleaning agents and keeping plants in your home can help purify the air around you and your family are breathing. Purifying the air in living and workspaces and breathing in air in natural open spaces are also good ways of protecting the lungs. Today is also commemorated as Medical Assistant Day in US on October 22nd. A great time to explore this important fast-growing career. Medical assistants provide clinical and administrative support for physicians and other medical professionals by running the front office, drawing blood, administering vaccinations, taking patients' vital signs, and more. Medical assistant, they recognize the contribution and important work of our nation's over 190,000 medical assistants. According to the American Association of Medical Assistants, in short known as AAMA, it's hard to believe that there was a time when all work that medical assistants do, both administratively and clinically, was not considered a credentialed profession. But in 2016, the AAMA celebrated 60 years of achievements in the groundbreaking field of medical assisting. Using our Wayback Machine, we find that in 1955, the Kansas medical assistants gathered to create a national organization to get official recognition as a fully credentialed medical profession. The group settled on the name American Association of Medical Assistants, with 78 representatives from 15 states chipping in $5 to start their memberships to help with educational support. But the biggest push for fledgling organization came with the work of Maxine Williams. Williams co-founded the AAMA and became its first president in 1956. She appreciated today as the powerhouse behind the organization. Williams believed that the entire healthcare industry would be greatly enhanced by the work of certified medical assistants. To help with this effort, in 1959, Williams donated $200 out of her own pocket to assist needy students who wanted to enter the field. That seed money has turned into a Maxine Williams Scholarship Fund, an annual scholarship that helps worthy students. To this day. Medical Assistants Day is actually part of an entire week devoted to not only informing the public about the critical work that medical assistants do daily, but the day is also used to recruit interested people who want to know more about one of the America's fastest growing medical professions. There are panel discussions on taking the exams, certification, internships, and more. To get more information, you can visit AAMA website. Today is also commemorated as National Color Day in US. Gives you a chance to stop and reflect on the relationship we share with the colors that surround us and innumerable ways in which they impact us. How long has it been since you stopped by a garden to admire a yellow sunflower or gazed at the deep blue sky? We invite you to celebrate the power of colors today. So National Color Day celebrates the enlightened people about the significance attached to each color. Humans have always shared a deep relationship with the colors that surround them. As we grow, our taste evolve, and so does our association with things that we once liked. But this omnipresent element of nature hardly gets due recognition. So National Color Day is celebrated to recognize the duality of our relationships with colors. We often use colors to our benefit, but seldom talk about the power and influence that our chosen color has on our mood, state of mind, and attention span. The right color can enhance your beauty, and the wrong one can ruin a photograph. Our brains associate colors with memories and shape our experiences of melancholy and trauma. Much of impact that a color can have on us is based in our biology. And then there's our personal relationship with colors. The advertising industry reaps greater benefits from the color theory, which illustrates our predisposition to some colors. For example, a combination of red and yellow can illustrate our predisposition to some colors. For example, a combination of red and yellow can stimulate our brain, a concept that reflects the logos of McDonald's, Netflix, KFC, and Target, launched by the General Motors in 2009 as part of promotion for a brand new Chevrolet. National Color Day has been celebrated ever since. Today is also commemorated as National Make a Dogs Day in US on October 22nd. We use this day to ensure that dogs around us enjoy themselves as best possible. This is a day to spread information about dogs' importance in our lives and how much they can improve our days with love and loyalty. We use this day to encourage people to adopt from shelters and provide a better life for at least one puppy. We mean the world for a day, and it's time we ensure that they get everything they deserve. A best friend, a loyal companion, ferocious protector, and an eternal guardian. Dogs work in something that we cannot replicate. Dogs have been with us for a long time. They were once wolves who roamed the forests and savannas. When we were cave dwelling hunters, wolves used to scavenge on the remains of ancient human hunts. They slowly started to follow us for food. But some wolves realize they have much to gain from humans if they can subdue their wild sides, be a bit more docile. This is the beginning of evolution of dogs as the wolves lost their wild side. They started to adopt humans. They are similar and domestic. Dogs still pack a punch similar to wolves. They ensure that we are safe and other predators were not stealing our food. Over time, we breed more varieties of dogs to suit our needs. Now we have hunters, guardians, lapdogs, shepherds, etc. Dogs are now integral part of our lives. For most of us, they are among the most popular, misused, and underappreciated pets worldwide. A dog is an intelligent, can follow instructions, and will stay loyal until the end. National Make a Dogs Day is about spending time with our dogs and encouraging people to provide better conditions for all dogs. We must make sure that every dog has a forever home. Today is also commemorated as National Nut Day in US. It was created by Liberation Foods Company to encourage the public to choose healthier snack options. This is your day for nutty fun. So it was created by Liberation Foods Company as a way to do the right thing by the collectives of small nut farmers around the world. It was important to the company to stress to the public that their nuts were not only sustainably grown, but the company was committed to giving their nut farmers a fair minimum wage for their labor and their crops. Farmers growing Brazil nuts, peanuts, and cashews from Malawi, Brazil, India, El Salvador, and other third world countries come together to form a fair trade collective under Liberation Foods umbrella. National Nut Day appeared in 2015 on Liberation Foods website. Although the company is based in the UK, this day has spread far and wide, especially in the US. The day is devoted to all things nuts related, including recipes and cooking tips. Many African countries infuse their daily meals with peanuts on a regular basis in stews and soups. According to the Nutcracker Museum, nuts were a regular part of the human diet from as far back as almost 8 lakh years ago. Early man used nutting tools to crack stones. Pecan remains from 6100 BC were discovered in a Texas cave. Early Europeans ate pistachios, while Greeks and Romans believed that walnuts were a gift from gods. Eventually, the English sailed the Mediterranean with walnuts on board ships. The nuts were used for trading. By the 18th century, walnuts arrived in the New World, especially California, when the Franciscan monks set foot on these new shores. No matter what you eat today, including a healthy helping of nuts, they have lots of health benefits and they make you happy. And that's important to remember on National Nut Day. Today is also commemorated as Smarty School Day in US, recognizes, appreciates, and celebrates being smart. For decades, mainstream media has portrayed smart people as being weird individuals with thick glasses, no personality. However, a smart person is so much more than a sidekick who only exists to provide some last minute advice. They are people with rich, interesting lives and stories worth sharing. The mainstream media does a poor job of portraying smart people. Oftentimes, they are used as punching bags or showing as annoying know-it-alls. Smart kids are often made fun of. They are called nerds and they feel they have to play down their intelligence to avoid being teased. There's so much more to this being smart than topping the class or getting into an Ivy League school. Smart people are generally more empathetic, open minded, and funny. It's time to break the stereotypes. Smart is School Day is observed to change the perception about the smart people. It's cool to be smart and it's fun to know things. Dedicating a day to all the smart folks among us is a great way to celebrate their gift. It also serves as a motivation for everyone to become the best version of themselves. The origins of this day remain unclear, but the cause for celebration is not. Smart is Cool Day is a perfect opportunity to embrace the perks of being smart, shameless. Today is also commemorated as Scar Appreciation Day in US. On October 22nd, this day is observed to appreciate and accept the scars we have gotten and move on from mental trauma and painful memories that causes a scars. Scars may not be beautiful sight, but scars measures us that we can endure, that we can heal. Each scar has a different story. Stents, trauma, organ transplants, surgery, assault, etc. This is a day to explore these scars. Scars were once a proud symbol of power, struggle, sacrifice, and endurance. We humans started our evolutionary journey as hunter gatherers. Being a hunter is no way easy task. It is a life where physical injuries are common. Most injuries, if not fatal, leave a scar. Some of these scars heal over time while others stay there permanently. But as we moved on from a hunter gatherer life to a farmer's life, the number of scars from our ancestors decreased. We have reached a time when only warriors will have scars. Some cultures started intentionally scarring the skin for a fearsome status and reputation. The modern tradition of scarring and tattoos can be traced back to these practices of ancient civilization. In the modern world, scars have nothing much to offer. We consider scars as an unwanted nuisance. Most of us try to remove scars, especially if they are on the face or somewhere else others can see. But we cannot remove all scars. While you can indeed treat some scars, others are permanent marks to remind us of the incident that created them in the first place. No matter how the scar is formed, every scar has a story to share. Justin Faith started this day in 2019 to appreciate the scars and raise awareness about the situation that created them. Today is also commemorated as National Christopher Najee Book Day in US. It is a memorial day to keep the name of the Christopher Najee book alive. We use this day to honor him and to fight against gun violence. Reebok died on October 22nd, 2018, due to gun violence in Anderson, South Carolina, and was only 22nd when he lost his life. He had a wife and children who looked up to him. The day starts a strong movement against gun violence and hate crimes. We are participating on this day to send a strong message to stop gun violence and to have a prosperous and peaceful future. Today is also commemorated as Geelong Cup Day in Australia, the day of the running of the Geelong Cup, a Group 3 thoroughbred horse race with a fee of Australian dollars 1,15,000 in prize money is generally referred to as locally Geelong Cup Day. 13 days before the first Tuesday in November, on October 22nd this year, it's not an official bank holiday except in the municipal districts of Geelong, Victoria, Australia. The race is considered an accurate predictor of what horse will win. The prestigious Melbourne Cup, which always on the first Tuesday in November. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us in today's commemorations and celebrations. So see you all tomorrow at the same time with the same joining link. Before leaving, we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form that has been shared in the form of polls. Take care. Good night.